steak, tired of eating this pad thai.
Welcome to another episode of Almost Canceled. I'm one of your hosts, Mike.
And I'm your other host, Stafford.
Today we have, you can't tell by my jacket, we have a Pittsburgh Steeler in the house,
yes, sir.
Mr. Joe Haden.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, welcome. Thank you for being here, brother. I'm very excited that you're here. I'm a Steelers fan through and through. So to be able to sit across from you, sit next to you rather, and chop it up with you. We're going to talk football. We're going to talk mental health. We're going to talk sports in general. I hope you're ready to talk.
Oh, I'm ready, bro.
Hell yeah. A Pro Bowler, multiple Pro Bowler, coming from Maryland.
Yes.
National champion, excuse me.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm just excited that you're here. And you're one of Stafford's oldest friends,
yes,
as
man.
well.
Very good friend.
Very good friend.
A Florida Gator.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame. I was lucky enough to watch you be inducted, so that was awesome.
That was sick,
That's
man.
amazing. I did not know that.
That was great.
Yeah,
Wow. Yeah.
Me and he's really good friends with Chandler Parsons, and that's how we kind of all got in cahoots.
The golf course made us.
Yes.
Made
See,
us
I need to
closer.
get on the golf. I still haven't played with you.
I'm ready when you are.
But I have
You
the
can't play
time.
with jokes, they'll take our money.
When I have the time and oh, you guys play like for a whole?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah.
I need to get my
Big
money
bags.
up. I need to get my money up. Okay, copy
Big
you. I want to talk about Florida. I want to talk about the Gators. And I want to talk about, actually, I just want to go a little before that. Growing up in Maryland.
Yes.
And playing football. Did you always know that you wanted to play football? Is that kind of...
So growing up in Maryland, so long story short, I'm the oldest of 5 boys. I got 4 younger brothers. All of us are very, very into sports big time. And since we were kids, my dad, he's the most athletic of all of us. He's way more athletic than me. My dad's a 45-inch vertical.
Sheesh.
He was a professional bodybuilder, so he always just taught us good habits. Just work hard, you know what I'm saying? He didn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't curse. He was a pastor. My grandfather's been pastor for 50 years.
Wow.
And then my dad's been pastor for 10. So we just always knew work ethic. We always knew right from wrong. And we kind of just, I always grew up on that.
Yeah.
So, but when I was a kid, I was very talented, very fast, very, just could jump, could throw. Basketball was my number one thing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I thought I was going to go to the NBA. I thought I was going to be Allen Iverson.
Okay.
But when I got to high school, sophomore year, I had 20 offers. I had an offer from Florida, Ohio State, Michigan. 0 basketball offers, so they
man.
kind of made the choice for me. I could have went like D2, smaller
Yeah.
school, but just when that happened, I kind of knew.
I think it worked out for you, okay?
It worked out pretty well, bro. But I played quarterback too, so I never played DB corner until I went to Florida.
Oh, wow.
I was drafted as an athlete, and I was behind Tim Tebow and Cam Newton. And Coach Meyer was like, I don't think you're going to start as a quarterback here. So if you want to try it out, we could do defense. So I did defense for a year, and it worked out.
It worked out very well,
worked
Pro
out well
Bowler.
for me, man.
Yeah,
So,
that's amazing. That's awesome. So you had to learn basically in the NFL or at Florida, excuse me, how to be a defensive back.
I played a little bit of safety, you know what I'm saying, in college, but I played no corner. I mean, in high school, but I played no corner at all. So when I went there, it was really following Percy Harvin. That's what I had to guard my whole freshman year, and he was killing me. But I'm like, if I can get right with Percy, then I'll be able to make it in this league.
amazing.
So I think that was a big thing. Urban Meyer found it in me, though, because I didn't have any intent of playing corner when I went to college. I wanted to play either quarterback or I was going to play wide receiver. So
Yeah, who's like, I want to be a cornerback.
I want to be cornerback and not get the ball at all.
Yeah.
And get
And be
bombed
on an
up.
island forever.
Joe's like, I'll take that $120 million.
I take that
That's
part
fine.
though. That's when I had
fine.
to realize backpedal paid about the same amount. I was like, okay, we can
Smart
figure
man,
it out.
you are, Joe. Smart man.
For sure.
Okay, so you were quarterback and safety. You know, it's interesting that's a consistent thing because if you're quarterback, you're usually a pretty good safety because you can see the field a certain way.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You can understand how what the quarterback's thinking, where their reads are, etc. I was a quarterback nowhere near the level that you were at. I was a freshman quarterback. I was 5'6" before I hit my growth spurt.
You're very good on TV as a quarterback.
Hey, I've practiced since then. I've practiced since, but I couldn't see over my offensive line, so I would just drop back and throw it.
Just let it go.
Just let it go, and it usually would end up on the track. But again, I ended up growing to 6'2" now, and I played as a wide receiver in my junior year. But so whenever you go to Florida, actually before you go to Florida, what made you want to go to Florida?
I actually I loved the team. I wanted to go somewhere that had a really good basketball team and a good football team.
Sure.
I also wanted to go to, I was thinking about Ohio State really big, but then
See, I love Ohio State.
I'm a big weather guy. You know, if I have a choice between the heat and the cold, I'm going to go to the heat every time.
Makes
so
sense.
I kind of was like, it was kind of 2 even choices, but Florida was like, pool parties, man. In college, I think I'd just rather kind of go there.
I grew up in Florida, and Joe made the right choice.
Yes, man.
Also, playing in cold weather, what is that like?
I mean,
man?
it's not as fun. It's not fun at all, honestly. But you know, when you get to the league, it's a job. It's kind of you're numb to it. Like, this is what I do.
Yep.
Nobody's gonna care.
Yep.
They're watching it in the comfort of their home.
No shivering.
No shivering.
Nah.
Like, you know what I'm saying. So just getting the job done, making sure you put that in your mind.
Amen.
Knocking in your mental.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, now tell me a little bit about the culture at the Florida Gators during this national championship run, because obviously there's been a lot of information that's come out, you know, with Tebow and Hernandez, and what was the locker room atmosphere like, of what you can speak to?
So I would say we had Swamp Kings came out with a little documentary on Netflix.
Right.
I loved it. I loved it for Urban Meyer. I loved it for Tebow. Tebow was one of the best teammates I've ever had. Everything, work ethic, doesn't drink, he didn't smoke, didn't curse. Just was one of the best dudes on the team. He was going on missionary trips.
Fuck yeah.
When we were in school to Africa, like
where did he find the time?
Children. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
As a Division I quarterback at that level, how do you find the time? I'm impressed.
He made the time.
If he wants to, he will, right?
Yes,
exactly.
Him and Urban Meyer had such a good relationship. So, I mean, nothing ever against Tim Tebow. He's one of the best people. So I just always root for him. But we had a lot of people that weren't the same as Tebow. We just had just a bunch of different guys come into one spot. And the one thing I do know about all the dudes, we wanted to be the best football players we possibly could.
So
the work ethic, when we got into that, when we were ever in the weight room, we were ever in the gym, the competition was unbelievable. Coach Meyer, he had us brainwashed, because when we were in college then, there's no social media. There's no you don't have your own platform. Your college coach, if he doesn't play you, you might not make it to the league. You know what I'm saying? So it's that not the control, but it's more the head coach runs everything. Right. So he did a really good job of putting us in competition, making sure one dog, one bone. Right. We had a lot of ballers,
get that bone, baby.
Who gonna get that bone?
Amen.
Who gonna get that bone? So I think that was something that was really just different than getting into the league, where you just have a bunch of guys that, you know, we're trying to get to the league. Nobody really has no money.
Right.
And then from that point to the next couple of years, and we knowing that we're going to get to the league. I mean, it was a wild time at Florida.
What's the speed difference going from college to
even high school to college?
I would say it's basically like
college to NFL.
Every one of them are like an all-star game. You go from your high school all-star game to then the college all-star game. But I loved in the SEC. I felt like we played against AJ Green, Julio Jones. We had Matthew Stafford at quarterback, no Sean Marino. So playing against those dudes every week, it was like, if you can be the top of the top here, then there's no way you can't make it. Garden Percy, he goes first round. I didn't know what was really going on until, like, after your freshman year, you make it freshman All-American. I'm like, okay. Sophomore year, play rated one of the top 2 corners in the league to go to the draft. And then you see Percy go first round. The dude you were covering the whole time. So
like, I'm gonna see you out there, buddy.
I'm gonna see you out there.
Yeah,
but
that's
it's kind
cool.
of in my mindset. I never really had the NFL, like, that was the one all be all. I wanted to go to school for free. I wanted to just see how good I really was. So I think just how good can you be, the work ethic, just the continuing to just try to get better, kind of just kept me pushing.
Work ethic is so important.
Work ethic, man.
So
work
important.
ethic, the grind. Just knowing I had that God-given ability and not letting it, just don't want to take it for granted.
Right.
Absolutely. And then, you know, you got drafted 7th overall, and that had to be, you know, you just said you want to be able to go to school. You wanted to be able to just see what I can do as an individual, as an athlete. So to be able to get that call, sitting in the draft room, like you're going 7th overall to the Browns. What was going through your head?
You can see I'm a very emotional person. And I wear my heart on my sleeve because I just think good things happen to good people. You treat people with respect, you don't get it back to you. And I'm really, really big on energy. So I was just overwhelmed with joy, you know, like I just worked that hard. I had my whole family there, my brothers, my grandparents. So it was just that thing that we were never broke, but we were never rich. So being able to get your parents, bought my mom and dad a house instantly, bought my mom a car, bought my dad a car, bought my brothers cars, just being able to do that for your family, like give back to the people that really never wanted nothing from you. They just wanted you to be a good person and be the best you could be. And then when you get that, to be like, oh man, this is what happens when you work hard, dedicate yourself. Your family tries to put you in position. So
amazing,
makes you feel good.
It's beautiful.
What was training camp like that first year, rookie season?
Rookie season, it was crazy, man. I think the one thing I just really wanted to prove to everybody I belonged. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. So that was my thing. I'm like, oh, you got the contract, you're good. But I'm like, no, I'm not. I want to let them know that I deserve to be here for a long time. I'm trying to get my next contract, and I want to be like, I want to go to the Hall of Fame. Like, why not? You know what I'm saying? I got 10 15, maximum 16 years, 20 years to play this game to continue to be able to go. So I played 12. I thought once I got to 10, I'd be like, okay, bet then we'll try to figure out how to get to 15, see how my body's feeling.
Yeah.
But just that each year you got a new rookie coming in to take your spot. Coming after you. And they're nice. They're getting bigger, they're getting stronger, faster, more ready for the league. So just that, staying on it, making sure you know, like, next man up, somebody's coming to take your spot.
Yeah, 'cause it's not just physical. I mean, that's a big mental, right? Like going to the NFL, the integrity in the NFL is this big thing nowadays, right? You know, the NFL and it's very American. You know, there's it has.
America.
There's been a lot of controversial calls lately. There's been a lot of why didn't they call that timeout? You know, what are your thoughts on these like scripts and these like?
Oh yeah, that's actually the age-old question: is the NFL scripted?
What's going on with that?
I wish. I don't think so at all. I wish. I don't think so. I would have been way more prepared for my losses if I would have known.
Fair.
When I was in Cleveland.
Fair.
But I think it's parity. It's each team is so close, and then at the same time, referees are humans. They sometimes can make a call here, miss a call there. But I think that. I think the players are very, very. Your tape is your resume.
Amen.
If you blow a play, if people are just burning you, like how much longer are you really gonna be able to play? Yeah. I think that for us, it's more. We don't try to. We'll never try to drop the ball. We'll never purposely.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Let someone beat them. But I'm just saying, like, for just looking at it, because now I can gamble. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm retired.
You sure can.
I can look. I'm like this. Like I can see how somebody just. Oh, he dropped it on purpose. Like this. No, he didn't.
No,
he didn't.
That's the integrity.
That's the integrity.
Yeah,
that's integrity. He can be cut. You know what I'm saying? Like he wants to put food on the table for his family to catch the ball.
It's also like playing in front of tens of thousands of people. Yeah. What does that feel like?
Sometimes when it gets really, really loud out there, bro, you can't hear yourself talk. Your legs get a little shaky.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes when you get into those modes where I always have to, it's the same measurements as the practice field.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like zone that stuff out, get into that film study when they're just understanding time, like they're coming out, just trying to slow it down.
Yeah.
I think the longer I played, the easier it was, because at first, slow it down. What do you mean?
Yeah.
There's so much going on out here.
Yeah.
But then the more and more you start studying, the more and more you play, the more comfortable you get. It literally starts to slow down, and you don't even sometimes notice what's going on around you.
Another day.
And I'm a big college football fan. I love the shoe at Ohio State. And do you think the Swamp is the loudest environment, more loud than NFL stadiums?
Yes.
I figured so.
Yes.
Really? I think the college football is more electric.
You have just everyone in there. I mean, like.
When
you go to professional games, you have more adults, more people. You know, it's not like a little more. You know, it can get there. Like Kansas City, when I played, Kansas City's been probably one of the loudest. And then when I was in Florida, LSU was the loudest college stadium. Death Valley was number 1. They were number 3. We played them in a night game. That was the loudest game I've ever played in my life.
That's gotta be
for sure. That was louder than Kansas City, Seattle. Anywhere I've been.
Because I think Death Valley holds closer to 100,000, whereas like the Swamp is about 85, 86.
Yeah.
Wow. I figured as much, because I mean, being able to go to a college football game versus an NFL game, it's you can't hear anything. And so I can't imagine being a quarterback trying to call your cadence, your offensive line trying to hear the cadence. Yeah. It's just impressive. It's a very impressive, and the nerves that you said, the shaky legs. I get shaky legs when I go on a stage. You know what I'm saying? And go to a panel. Yeah. I can't imagine 100,000 people screaming at me, hoping that I fail.
It's like the ground is shaking.
Like,
I don't think it wasn't my legs.
It wasn't yours. I was good. My legs shaking, not yours. Copy. Wow,
that's crazy.
It was wild.
You know, I remember when we were at the Hall of Fame ceremony, and we all went to the football game, and we all were able to stand on the field, and that was the most intimidating thing I have ever done. I mean, college kids screaming his name, people going ballistic, the stadium shaking is very real. Yeah. Man, that was just a crazy experience for me, just being like a normal guy with cool friends. I was like, this is such a cool experience to be here and next to Joe and next to Connor Dwyer and Chandler.
Yes, man. That was a good time.
What a time, man.
Good time.
What a time.
Let's
good old Gators.
Go Gators. Let's do this.
Let's go.
Yeah. I'm a Buckeye fan. Yeah. What is it? 2002, Ohio State beat the Gators.
It was 2006. We beat you guys.
Very nonchalant.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my bad.
No, Tostitos, the Fiesta Bowl, right? The Fiesta Bowl. We don't have to get into that anyways. Let's switch gears and get a little bit deeper into kind of the culture of the NFL. And kind of, you were in the league when Kaepernick was in the league and,
Yes.
and when everything was going on in America. How do you think that the NFL handled the kind of the pushing out of Kaepernick whenever he was taking a knee during the national anthem?
Yeah, that was tough. That was tough.
Yeah.
I think he was ahead of his time. You see how people kind of takes them a little bit longer to kind of get into what he had going on.
Yeah.
I don't think he was doing it for the right reasons. He really had.
Let's dig a little deeper into the culture of the NFL. I guess, what was your opinion? You played whenever Kaepernick played. What was it like, kind of, I guess, what were the rumblings in the locker room? The other guys were saying whenever Kaepernick was kind of pushed out of the NFL for taking a knee during the national anthem in solidarity.
I think it was confusion, a little bit. Like I said, I think Colin was a little bit ahead of his time.
Yeah.
I know he had the plan, and everything he was trying to do, just with everything was going on in society. We felt Cap, like everybody we wanted to be with him, but at the same time, like you're saying, you needed somebody to be the one to take that step out on faith and be the one to kind of put that. You have a starting quarterback in the league that's really making a stance. And with the NFL, they want to be in control of everything, and them just doing that without kind of like talking to the powers that be, it makes them feel a certain type of way. It makes them not kind of feel in control. So I think you're going to have to do what you want to do when you feel like you're making a stand. So I am 1,000% not saying like Kaepernick did anything wrong. I'm just saying if you wanted to kind of keep your job with the way that that the NFL rolls, I think that we could have been like to just go to the bosses, talk to them, tell them what we're doing, why you're doing it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think it could have kind of ended up how it was later. Everybody's kneeling. People are holding hands trying to kneel. So I think they kind of just wanted to be ahead of it, being able to kind of say it. But with Cap, I'm like, I feel you. Like if that's, you know what I'm saying? If you you standing on how you really feel and like you think this is going to be able to, it made the conversation way bigger to get it to where it was. So
Absolutely.
I think that he did 1,000% his part, but it's sad that I had to see him lose his job for that. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't part of the script. I'm kidding.
Yo, you're not.
Well, it's a
though.
business, you know what I'm saying? And,
You know?
and if like viewers are getting upset over this notion that he was doing this act, which
And I think the thing
lost
to
them
clear it
money.
out is it's not about the national anthem. Do you know what I'm saying? I think
No,
that
it never
earlier
was.
we could have got that out and made sure that everybody knew that, because I think that people that try not to don't want to understand what he was doing it for can make it, national anthem, just throw that out there, and this could be a lot of things that means national anthem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like just be honest. What do you know what I'm saying? He's doing it because of the oppression of the black people. You saw why he's doing it. He's telling you why he's doing it. He's not disrespecting the flag. He's just doing it during this time. So this is America. He has his right to do it. So
Absolutely.
this is why, you know what I'm saying? So I think he had his stance, but you know how that is.
I love how you, and this is very important. This is very, very important to me to get out the word that it was not about the national anthem.
It wasn't about that or disrespecting any veterans
Right.
no, it was about,
Because
like
you're
you
right.
said.
People were just like, how dare you how dare you kneel during, the national, but it was not about the national anthem. It was just about him standing up for what he believed was right and
Because
okay.
my thing too, with I feel him, because when I go out to the beginning of the games, like I said, I'm emotional.
Yeah.
I basically cry every time for the national anthem before the game. It's not even about it's just about me being able to play the game that I love in front of my friends and family. So that's just my moment. You know what I'm saying, to kind of get right. I feel Cap, so I'm definitely here for him. I know what he's standing for. So I would have took the knee right with Cap. You know what I'm saying? But I would just, from it not being about the national anthem, just that time before the game is like, man, just sitting there really like, okay, like just I soak that in. I feel like that.
Take it all in.
Take it all in. This is my moment, and then just get to battle. So
Makes sense.
Do you still watch football to this day?
oh my goodness, yes.
Have
It's
to.
Monday, Thursday, Sunday. But I'm really good friends with Travis Kelce. You know,
Right.
he's from Cleveland.
Okay.
Shout out Travis.
Shout out Travis. He's from Cleveland, so we've known each other since 2012
Oh,
maybe,
yeah.
2012, 11. Yeah. Soon I got drafted out there. He went to Cincinnati, but he was
He was
from
with Bearcats.
Cleveland, so
Yeah.
we were kicking it during the off season.
How's his golf game now?
His golf game's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think he might be a little bit better than me. We might be like the same.
So that means he's better than you now?
He might be. He's like in a like 12.
Can we talk about that for a second? I'm not.
Are they the functional caps?
Listen.
Are these dudes lying on their caps?
Man, a lot of we call a sandbagger is someone that pretends that they are worse than they are so that they can win money.
Yes.
So some days Joe will win. 1 out of 10, I will win. But it's that one day that matters, and you go home very happy because golf, you're really competing with yourself.
Yes.
all day out
Unless
there.
you're betting for holes, then you're competing for.
Then you're betting against me.
Yeah. And by the way,
And you're
win or
losing.
lose, this guy has the most like happy, positive. Man, like I've never played golf. I mean, you'll see someone breaking a club and he'll be like, "Man, it's all good, man. Get this man another club." And you know what? I mean, like he really does. When he says he wears his heart on his chest, you will never get a fake version of Joe. And man, I love you, bro. You're a good
Thank you.
guy.
I love
That's
you too.
amazing.
Appreciate that, Stan.
Man, so Travis, right? We talk about Travis.
Yes.
Travis is dating a woman named Taylor Swift. Have you heard of her?
Man, yes, I actually have.
You have?
He brought Travis so cool, man. I think it was 3 weeks ago. We went out to a game in Kansas City, and it was Taylor's birthday. And we
Happy
brought
birthday,
us to,
Taylor.
went to the suite, met her, me and my wife, went out there, hung out with her, went to the after party afterwards.
Sweet girl?
Sweet girl.
She
And
gives very
I
sweet.
love Travis because Travis is just as genuine as they come.
a bro.
Just a bro.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
I'm like, Trav doesn't need to do anything for fake.
Because you know what they're saying.
They're saying he's doing it for clout.
They're saying Pfizer gave him $20 million.
Oh.
You know, they're saying, you know, Taylor Swift has really helped the NFL in a whole get more viewership.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah. The
I mean,
truth
she's
is
not
in the
hurting it.
She is definitely not hurting.
She's not hurting it.
Jersey
No.
sales are through the roof for Travis.
Oh, for sure.
viewership is through the roof.
Yeah.
and that's great. That's
Yeah.
fine.
I just really think if people were to know Trav, they would know Trav has no reason to do anything
love
really
that.
honestly for attention.
I love
like,
that.
you know, he's just such a sweet, genuine, nice dude that I don't like hanging out with people that I don't like. And I love hanging out with Travis.
You know, I don't know him that well. I've had some nights with him, and he has been nothing but just fun.
Bro.
Yeah.
Happy-go-lucky.
Literally. We go, and next time when he comes back in town, we're going to kick it. And
Man, I would love that.
He's legitimately so sweet, bro.
I would love
so
that.
sweet. So
I would love
I
that,
just hope the best for him, and I just
Yeah.
want him to be happy. If he's happy, I'm happy.
Amen. It's a real friend, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
Hear that?
Yeah.
So I noticed you're wearing those Air
These are the
Jordans?
Jordans, yeah,
Not
little
yet.
Union.
So I heard a story when you met Michael Jordan. You kind of fumbled.
I fumbled
You
the
fumbled a
bag.
little
Oh,
bit.
you met
Can tell
MJ.
it? Yeah.
I was sponsored by Jordan since 2014 to 2021.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And you had a chance to meet
I had a chance
the
to
GOAT
go
himself.
with him. We did trips once a year, every year. The Jordan brand crew, everybody sponsored by Jordan. Basketball, football, track, everything. He'll fly you out to. Well, we went to Mexico. We went to Italy. We went to Monaco.
Wow.
Yeah, Jordan's flying the whole squad out, and we do like just everybody links and just vibes like for a week.
That's amazing.
So it was one of the craziest times I've ever had in my life. When I first met him, though, out of body experience, I literally like froze. I froze. It was Michael Jordan right there.
I get
I'm
it.
like, what are we talking about, guys?
Yeah.
So he came and then he was like, "Hey Joe, how you doing?" Whoop. And then was like, so random. He's like, "What's your favorite Jordan that I've ever came out?" I was like, 17s. The Jordan 17s. They
What do those look like,
They're
Joe?
literally they're really cool. They came in the briefcase.
Okay.
And I got them when I was in like the 8th, 9th grade. And if you had the $200 pair, they were $200. Came in the briefcase. Jordan 17s.
17.
White and blue is when he played for the Wizards. They had the
Okay.
white and red. They had the
Oh.
all black. I had all of them. I loved them so much. But I should have just said the 11s.
Of
like
course.
the 11s.
Well,
Duh,
did he
but,
like
but
that?
I thought he would think like this. Everybody says the 11s. So
Yeah.
like maybe he says the 17s. He's really into the J's.
What was his response?
He was like this. Really?
It's like, damn, dog.
He hit me with the 17s, and then stepped off.
Oh no.
He's like, all right, Joe. Hey, Blake Griffin, come over here. What do you like, buddy?
Hey Joe, hey Blake, come over here. Joe, get out of here.
This guy just
I
said
was
17.
I was like this. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll never talk to me again.
Oh man, I went with Michael Jordan to a wedding. My buddy Brian Pasquale got married in Italy, and I pull up and it's like George Clooney and like Michael Jordan,
gosh.
and like you know me, I don't get starstruck. I don't care.
Yeah.
What about when you met
But
me?
Kidding. Well, when I met Michael, I was a little bit. You know, I watched All American
just fucking
through COVID, man.
Yes.
And I was a fan, and then I met Michael out, and I'm like, oh my God, that's Michael Bang, the quarterback. Anyway,
Get the fuck out of here.
we're in Italy. Michael Jordan pulls up, cigar, hung out with us
Yes.
like one of the boys for 3 days straight.
It's amazing.
I mean, I snuck a couple pictures of him and George Clooney in a boat. And Brian Pasquale, thank you for inviting me, lovely wife. It was a very cool experience for me.
Man, that's sick.
Very cool. I also did this. Have you heard of this 1942 golf tournament Michael used to put on?
No.
Now that was fun. 1942, Don Julio would sponsor a tournament for Michael Jordan and his boys to take over Shadow Creek for a 3-day tournament.
The Vegas one.
I don't know how I get invited to these things, but man, what an experience.
Wow.
I mean, walking through the hotel with Michael Jordan is something that I just can't put it into words.
You're just looking up at him like this.
It's just every single person.
It doesn't matter who you are.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. If you just saw, I've just been looking like, oh my God.
It's like, God bless you, man.
God bless you, Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
God bless you, Mr. Michael.
So we're talking about Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the GOAT. Who would you position the GOAT as?
In basketball.
In basketball.
I'm talking basketball.
Yes, of course.
And I'm going to ask the football question.
There you go.
It's all right. Michael Jordan and LeBron James.
Those are your two.
Those are my two. I say, but now it's always been Michael Jordan. Always been Michael Jordan. Only reason that LeBron, I love LeBron James.
Yeah.
Because for one
Cleveland.
thing, Cleveland Cavalier. That's my guy. But it's just the amount of longevity that he's been doing. This is year 21.
Yeah.
He's still averaging 28 points a
Crazy.
game, and he's still top 5 players in the league.
Gray beard.
A gray beard and all. I just can't, the consistency of being able to come in, being able to be deemed the chosen one at 16 years old and gone blemishly free, like not messing up on the court, like just a role model on and off. I know people are looking for things, anything bad about him. I would say the worst thing I could say is that the decision, you know what I'm saying? But I just love him as a father. He's been a great, just from where I can see.
Yeah.
And he's a personal friend of mine. He's always been so nice to me. And just, I can't understand how he can just play this well for that long. Yeah. I mean, I can see Michael Jordan for sure. 6 titles. He's Michael Jordan. Like we just.
So are you saying LeBron is the GOAT?
I'm saying that he's still not done.
Okay.
So right now, Michael Jordan is the GOAT. LeBron James still playing.
We don't know yet.
Now.
Do you think that if MJ had I'm blanking on the word now, the access to the abilities that LeBron has to take care of his body, to keep his body in shape, that MJ would kind of be at this place that's untouchable?
I think Michael Jordan and LeBron James are two totally different people.
Fair enough.
I think Michael Jordan was more just, Jordan's got that, not to say that I don't think that Jordan had that, like, Jordan is more of a just like a real one, like just outside, you know what I'm saying? I think Michael Jordan is good because social media and everything wasn't there when he played.
Right.
I think it would have been way worse for MJ if just everybody would have been able to beat. My boy was going to the casinos, just being MJ, drinking, you know what I'm saying, just having his time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't as like private, trying to keep it as low key as LeBron tries to now. I think them being able to have that much access, I just don't know how. I mean, if people could be all in Jordan's pocket every day, you know what I'm saying? Like, what would Jordan like? Man, get the kids out of my face.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you have to be nice or have to be able to just move a certain way. You know what I'm saying? But
Interesting. Okay.
I think just two different guys.
Two different guys.
Totally different guys.
Now let me ask you this: playing against Tom Brady,
Yes.
Oof.
is he one of the toughest quarterbacks you've ever had to face?
Yes. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers is my favorite quarterback of all time. Tom Brady's the GOAT.
Absolutely.
But Aaron Rodgers, him and like Patrick Mahomes now, the way that they throw the ball, the way that they can make every single pass, for me, if I could just pick a person to throw it, put it on the dime, put it on the money, ball in the hands, it was A-Rod and Patrick Mahomes for the throw. Tom Brady just is goated though. Just different. He's different.
I'm so impressed by him, dude.
I love Tom.
It's amazing.
I don't know how he did that. He went and won another ship after he left Bill.
Crazy.
Like, that's what they say. Like,
he had to prove himself.
Now, where's
He
Bill
did.
going to go? Do you think Bill's going to go somewhere? Because he's done with the Patriots.
And don't tell me, because these coaches getting older, man. If I was Bill, I'll ride off. You 70-some years old.
Like, you've done your time. You got your rings. Go home.
You've done your time.
Have a good life.
Go relax.
Enjoy your legacy.
I'm going to Dubai. I'm out. Like, I'm going to kick it. I'll see y'all guys.
Maybe Cabo.
Maybe Cabo.
You know, play some
maybe
golf.
jump somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Like, I just don't get it.
The job is done, Bill.
At 78, I'm not working anymore. If I was
78 is
Bill, I would go
crazy.
kick it.
Yeah.
But some people just can't let the game go.
Man.
You know? Now, what was it like for you whenever you retired? Like first year out.
First year
You're
out.
watching the game.
I was
Are
watching.
You itching?
I mean, I missed the boys more than I missed getting hit and having to prepare and having to like just, you know, because that's something that I didn't take for granted. I respected the game, so I made sure I had my PT. I was watching tape. I was just trying to do everything I possibly could. Even during the off seasons, like it's an off season, but you're working out. You're making sure because you don't want to start trying to get ready. You know what I'm saying? Stay ready so you don't got to get ready.
Period.
And that's what I always love. Every time I'm always working out. My boys, we go out at night. I'm 6 a.m. every time. During the week, off season, 6 a.m. workouts. Because if I don't do that, I'm like, there's somebody going to, the young boy doing it, the young dude's coming to do it.
Consistency, the discipline.
And I'm like, I got a couple of years, how much like I have this window. I'm going to go hard in this window. So I think when I stopped, it was kind of like so much like weight off my shoulders. Like you don't have to do it if you don't want to. You was able to like, had two little boys.
Amazing.
Got my wife, can bring them to school. Golf during the day, pick them up after. You know what I'm saying? So like I got time, just things that I would want to do. Trips to Aspen, I could do a little skiing, and I could do a little snowboarding. So I'm just doing different things, just trying stuff out, and it's like, you didn't really know what I missed. I didn't really know what I missed out on, but just the game, for sure. Just the getting to the game, the stadium, hearing people cheer for you. But the camaraderie of the locker room is kind of what I miss more than the actual playing.
You got that on the golf course now with the camaraderie.
That's my locker room.
It's so
That's
true.
my locker room, bro. It feels so good. You gotta, but then too, like just a bunch of dudes that don't really need nothing from you.
Nah, man.
They don't need anything from you. They just want to just talk to you, see how you're doing. You want to do the same.
My best days are, well, my therapy. I don't know about you, but my therapy is the golf course.
Yes.
I mean, if I have a bad week or you know, sometimes I wake up and my mental is just not in a good place, man. Like, I guess like for you, can you share with, you know, at Almost Canceled, we want to build camaraderie, you know, around mental health and especially, you know, men like to go through this mental health by themselves because we're built tough. But can you please share, you know, with everyone a failure or an injury that affected your mental health and the tactics you used to push through that?
I would say I was in Cleveland and I had several concussions.
Oh,
so
God.
I had a concussion, and then I took 2 weeks to like try to get my stuff back right. And then the next week I came back, I had another concussion. So after that, I was out for the rest of the season. I was out for 12 weeks, and it was scary because they was like, just at that time they didn't really know how to handle the concussion thing so much. So I was standing in the dark, and it was just very, very depressing. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in a sad space. Ended up going to Pittsburgh. They had some of the best concussion doctors that was like this. Look here, Joe, we need to start activating your senses. When you start like feeling a little off, we'll settle it down, but you got to get back to it. Just start working on that stuff, getting it back up. And that was something that really, really helped me out. They got me back with my mental right, but the concussion thing and not having the right treatment to really handle it, because you can't touch the concussion. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like just talking to the doctors, being able to, what exercises can we do to really try to work that out? That was something that was really, really tough on me.
Like scary, like
super scary, because I didn't really know what was going on. But I think just having, once I did get the right specialist, once I did get the right help, being able to just talk to people, let them know, like, look, this, getting the awareness out for the concussion protocol that we had. I'm like, this is not right. Yeah. We need to not be doing this to people, because you can really like have people a little messed up.
Absolutely.
So I think that just that, and when things aren't going right, talking to them, like letting them know, like, I don't think we're doing the right kind of treatment here. I don't feel too well about that. So just being able to communicate that and letting people know around you how you feel.
Absolutely. And whenever you were kind of in those times of just the pinnacle of your career, just working as much as you were working, how hard was it, or how, I guess, what advice would you give to people who are young, successful individuals who are, you know, trying to balance a work-life relationship?
I would say one thing too is I try to stay, gotta have a little faith. You know, I think that's one big thing that I've had with me, my parents, my mom, my dad, grandparents, is faith. It's somebody, you gotta have something, I don't care what it is, that you believe is bigger. Is bigger. You're not the most important person in this world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
I like that.
It's a higher being. There's something going on. So just being able to have that time in the morning, just being able to wake up and just give thanks that we're waking up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're up. We had a chance to figure out this day. You know what I'm saying? And just waking up on the right side of the bed. You know what I'm saying? You easily wake up on the wrong side of the bed, be like, I don't feel good. And then you probably just, like I'm up here, I'm breathing, I'm living, I got healthy kids, I got healthy parents, you know what I'm saying? Even if, but just being able to give that thanks of the things that are good, because it's so easy to be like, oh no, this is da 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 da. Like, well, you're standing up with good, like we can figure these things out, but just at the beginning of the day, just, you know, giving that thanks, understanding what's going on, just breathe a little bit.
Absolutely. And do you go to therapy? Do you have a therapist by chance or no?
I did when I was playing, but I don't right now. I think it wouldn't be a bad idea. I know my wife has a therapist, and sometimes I communicate with hers just to, you know, balance a little stuff out, making sure wifey's good.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love therapy personally. Like, to me, it's like you wouldn't drive your car 10,000, 20,000 miles without getting an oil change. So why wouldn't you get your head changed? You know, at least just declutter some things, get some things off your chest to somebody who legally can't share it, and you know, can offer you advice to maybe deal with whatever it is you may be dealing with.
1,000%.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because I feel what you're saying too. Because you have to go with. Sometimes I feel like we feel it's tough to kind of tell if you feel exposed or you feel less than, or you feel like people get weak, like they could be judging you or things like that. But the quicker that you could talk to people, like other men that you trust, you'll find out that a lot of people are going through the same things.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, quickly you'll find out that everything's not as good as it seems, and everybody's working.
You're never alone.
No, never.
Why do you think that in society it's kind of taught, and you may have been taught this way, maybe not, but like that men kind of feel like they have to go through things alone, whether it's heartbreak or financial struggles or stress. Why do you think that
I think because it was you're a man, like, you know what I'm saying, be tough, like, you know what I'm saying, you're a provider, like, you got to get that. So then you're always trying to be in figuring it out mode, and or like, I should know what should be going on, like, you shouldn't feel like you got to ask somebody else, because then they like, what kind of man are you? You don't know what you're supposed to be doing? You know what I'm saying? Or instead of that, just being like, no, I just need to talk this out, like how, you know what I'm saying, just being able to have not feeling like people are judging you. I think it's something that's really, really tough for people, not feeling like you said, weak or judged.
And I'm assuming you try to instill that into your boys.
Oh man,
I mean, like they're young, but you try to be like, hey, obviously, you know, be a man, you know, stand up for yourself, stand on business, but at the same time, don't be afraid to be vulnerable with the people who love you and who care about you, because being vulnerable is a beautiful thing.
Yes, it is.
It's a strength thing. If you can be vulnerable with somebody, man, woman, child, that's stronger than holding it in and
I think
bottling up your anger.
It can explode.
It makes you more of a man to be vulnerable.
does.
You feel more secure with yourself, and yeah, that's beautiful. I love that. Let's talk about finances for a second.
Oh,
Okay.
sure.
Joe Haden is a very good investor. My friend here, what was that small little company that you invested in that had a very large multiple?
Little StockX.
StockX, if you've ever heard about it. Tell us about that. And how'd that come about?
That's just, you know, like being good people, being around good dudes. Dan Gilbert, the owner of StockX, owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers, he knew that I had a shoe store out in Cleveland. I have a really, really big, you know, like shoe collection. I was really into sneakers since I was like in the 7th grade. And I had a shoe store out in Cleveland, and his son was a big fan. So he was just hearing about it, and then he came to me with the idea that they were thinking about starting a stock market for sneakers, which was StockX. And I'm like, I think that might be one of the smartest things I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Anything I could do to help out, so then that's just how that came upon. We had a dinner, and then he let a couple of the guys get into it. So
That's amazing.
really,
Great
really
friend.
dope. Great guy, man.
Also, I'm sure your influence helped the company
No,
grow.
for sure. But you know, they came through with a great idea.
Yeah.
They had. I wish I would have known how to do that. You know what I'm saying? But like when you had Dan behind the big old, I just got a shoe store. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You were trying to do it like that, so he did it the right way.
Hell yeah, congratulations on that.
Thank you, man.
It's a big one.
Thank you.
I want to ask about something a little bit personal. Is it your younger brother Jacob?
Yes.
You're an advocate for kind of things that goes through. Talk about what that means to you to have someone in that space and to just be able to maneuver life like that growing up.
He's just the sweetest dude in the world, bro. Just because it's me, and I have 4 brothers, and Jacob is one of them. Special Olympics. He has a speech delay, can't really talk. So it's just, for him to be able to go through life with his brothers, being able to just, doing what we've been doing, and he's never, ever had he loves us.
Yeah.
He wants us to be happy. He wants us to be successful. He's so happy when we succeed. It's just that I sit back and I look and I'm like, if I couldn't be able to communicate, I think I might have a little, I think I might feel some type of way sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But seeing his love and seeing his care and seeing when he plays in the Special Olympics and just wants to be a part, he just wants to play in bocce ball, he just wants to do a little 100 meters, you know what I'm saying? So it puts so much love and perspective for me and my brothers to be able to see, like, look at Jacob, you know what I'm saying? Look at how much joy he's having, look how much love he has. How could you not, you know what I'm saying? We'll be doing the world a disservice and our little brother, you know what I'm saying?
Makes you move a certain way.
Makes you move a certain way, makes you respect everybody, makes you just so love, makes you care for when you see other people in that situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like this, damn, like just their family. I know what they've been going through. So just walking up on them, hugging on them. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody need a hug. That's beautiful. Goes far.
I love hugs.
I love hugs. I'm a hugger.
Me too.
I'm a hugger.
Not, man.
Me too, man.
You don't really know. That shit is like, it's real. People need it.
You know?
Let's talk about golf. You guys golf? I want to hear you guys' golf stories until I get a chance to join in on them.
Whenever you're ready, man. I'm up at Lakeside. I'm
Okay.
at Lakeside next to Universal. I'm up there 3-4 times a week.
Oh, shit, okay.
Yeah. I drop the boys off at school Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm free from 8:30 until 2:45. We can tee off at 9 o'clock every day during the week.
Okay.
So, yeah, I like to get it in during the mornings and then kick it with the boys.
Amazing.
Retired life is not that bad, guys.
Doesn't sound bad.
Joe's got it figured out. Great investments, level-headed, always giving back.
Come on, man.
Heart on the sleeve, camaraderie with the boys.
Yes. Maybe and the wifeys, too.
Right,
I got
right.
married happily.
Happily married.
10 years, going on 11. And if it wasn't for her, then none of this would really be.
I love that.
It is, you know.
Behind
That's
every king, there is a.
Oh my goodness,
there is a queen.
Tell me
Wonderful
about
woman.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's scary out here.
Oh,
It's scary out here.
it is very scary.
It's
It's
scary out
incredibly
here.
scary out here.
Yeah.
Got to find a good one, with you for the right reasons, best friend, love each other. I'm here for you. You're here for me.
No one's
When I
perfect.
give you something, when I tell you something, it's constructive. It's because not that I'm like I'm wanting us to get better.
Yeah.
So when she tells me something, nobody like you hear somebody like trying to like talk to you. I'm like, whoa. But if you hear like what she's saying, I'm like, it's okay.
This is for us.
This is for us.
Yeah. Man, thank you so much for being here, Joe.
Man, are you kidding me?
On your Sunday. My
Thank
brother,
you, thank
I
you, my
appreciate you
brother.
so much.
Thank you, bro.
My dog.
I appreciate you. Thanks for being here.
Well, for sure. Thank you for
It's
having
another
me, bro.
episode of Almost Canceled. But before we wrap up, we have time. We have time for a little bit, right? I want to talk a little, we're almost canceled.
But we got time, coach.
We're not going to get canceled, but cancel culture, as we've all seen it pop off, especially on Twitter, just on all social media, platforms. People saying the wrong thing, and years prior gets brought up, and then they're just demoralized in their careers, not only ruined, but they're also their personal identity as an individual is like they're just a terrible person. Do you think that cancel culture has I guess silenced individuals from expressing their authentic opinions that you have maybe noticed in your friend group or in the locker rooms or various things like that?
Yes, I think it has. I think people just need to, at the same time, I mean, you want to hear people's authentic self. And I wouldn't want somebody to get, like, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel.
Right.
I just think some things are, it's time and a place, it's a conversation that you can have, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think on the internet, anything can get taken. It's not like a conversation. It's not a back and forth. It's I said this, and it can ran any direction I want it to be ran. So I think with that, you would want to protect yourself and just not put anything or expose yourself out there to say anything that you, not in those amount of words, can be explained. You know what I'm saying? So don't get too deep if it's a tweet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you want to do that, put up a video, talk about it, like, so people can really kind of see emotions, explain, hear what you're saying. I think that will kind of help it out. But I think at the same time, what we're saying, the cancel culture stuff is some things, some things you just shouldn't be saying out there on Twitter. Like that's something that's just a little.
Some things can stay in the living room.
Some things can stay in the living room, like
or the locker
those
room.
conversations
Or
with
the
your
locker room.
boys. You know, I think it's just so it's good that everybody can have those conversations, but not everybody on Twitter wants to have real meaningful conversations. They want to start stuff.
It's true. I think everyone's always looking for something, a gotcha moment,
Yeah,
if you will.
yeah.
Which I think is terrible and annoying because it can force people to, if you ask a certain question, bounce around it.
Yeah.
And you know, use your media training to be like, oh yeah, it's an interesting question. Thanks for asking. You know, and then
Then they missed it. Yes.
you mixed in the pudding as opposed to just answering something directly.
We had one of our other guests, Cinco Walls, very very well media trained. We asked him some tough questions, and he was dancing around.
Nobody.
Cinco Walls.
Cinco Walls. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Good looking guy.
I actually have a Steelers question because
Yes.
again, one of my buddies was a security guard. His name was Alex Algie for the Pittsburgh Steelers organization, and I was talking to him this morning. I told you I'm going to be interviewing you. What do you think is wrong with the Steelers organization right now? Obviously, Mike Tomlin is he's not going to go below 500. He makes sure to hit his 500 mark, and we got to the playoffs this year, which is great.
Yes.
But is it the ownership? Is it the coaching? Is it the players? What's wrong?
With the Steelers right now.
In your opinion, assuming that you still watch.
Oh no, I definitely still watch.
It's like, well, is it? Why,
I mean, it's
why can't we? Why are we losing?
God, like, I'll be throwing under the bus. I think we need the defense. We got Cam Hayward. We have really good Cam Hayward,
Solid.
Minka Fitzpatrick, T.J. Watt. As long as T.J. Watt's healthy, we have leadership there.
Correct.
I think the depth at the corner this year when we had Pat Pete playing safety this year, and that's not what we need.
Nope.
We need a healthy Minka, and then we just need to have healthy DBs. Offensive side of the ball, we need a legitimate, like when we were those dogs, we had a crazy offensive line with the Pouncey, with Foster, with Villanueva, with my other guy, 66. God damn, I forgot his name. But we had like four or five Pro Bowlers on the offensive line.
Ben was protected.
Yeah. Ben could make throws too, all over the place. Ben could extend the plays. I just think if we get a legitimate line, because the two-headed monster at running back is nice. Deontay Johnson and George Pickens on the outside.
Oh, yeah.
Dogs. The
Absolutely.
tight end, my man, Mew from
Freiermuth.
Freiermuth. And then we just got the new guy from Georgia.
Yes.
So the talent's there. I just think the offensive line, and maybe just since there's not so many veterans on the offensive side, we need Coach T maybe to just kind of tighten them up. Because from the Steelers, it's mostly ran by the team, the leaders on the team. Coach T doesn't. If it's not anything he really has to handle, he lets the team handles things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like really, like kind of that way. And that's why I love it. But if you have a younger team, then there's not really too much control. You know what I'm saying? So I think just that part.
Do you know what we're talking about at all? Do you know?
No idea.
Damn.
Do you guys know? 'Cause
Damn. Pittsburgh Steelers.
Pittsburgh Steelers, man. God,
I love hockey. I'm just kidding.
Penguins are
That's
good.
the Penguins. They're
The
pretty
Penguins
good.
are good.
Love that.
Do you want to touch on trans athletes at all or no? I don't know if you would. Huh? We don't have to.
I was just thinking if they did play against, you talking about the trans athletes that are playing against the girls?
Yeah, or vice versa.
I mean, vice versa, they're gonna get it. I mean, I don't care the other way. I just care about.
I think it's
beating
like
up the girls.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, bro, that's not okay.
So if okay, so I'm gonna ask a delicate question here.
They would literally beat them up.
With transgender athletes, you being a professional athlete at the highest level,
Yes.
I guess what is your take on let me word this correctly, trans women playing in a women's sport, like for instance, Leah Thomas, for instance, she was a college swimmer. She is a college swimmer, excuse me, and she is a national champion, like multiple time, I think, if I'm correct. Before she transitioned, she was 450th in the country. Do you think that's and swimming is not a non-contact sport, right? But if a trans woman wanted to play football in a women's league, for instance, do you think that's fair and not only fair but safe?
I don't think it's fair or safe.
Right.
It's just because I think that men are just more, just physically, like that's why men, you don't hit women, you don't touch women, that's what you don't do. And I just think that when you get it kind of switched over, like physically, I mean, it might lose a little hormones, but like strength-wise and just being able to do that, I don't feel comfortable with a man being able to change it to a woman, being able to put their hands, I mean, physical sport or anything, but I think they might just be, yes, I don't know with like boxing and any of that stuff, for sure, like what are we talking about?
Yeah,
but with swimming and stuff, it's just, you can see from 450 to 1, I mean, I don't think it's fair.
That's fair. Yeah. No, I think that I saw a clip on Twitter the other day. It was rugby.
That's the one I saw.
Did
That's
you
what I thought you were talking about. And he just
bodied this girl, just picked her up, she picked her up, and I was just, whoa, that doesn't seem.
It doesn't sit right.
That's not cool.
It doesn't seem cool. And obviously, you know, you want to be inclusive. You want everyone to feel safe and secure and like they belong. And if you don't feel like you're in the right body, you should have the opportunity to be in the right body. But when it comes to sports,
I mean, you could kill someone. You know, it's kind of scary.
this contact sports is where it. But again, how do you fix it?
Great question.
What do you do?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm trying to figure it out myself. Boy, telling you,
because you don't want to, you know,
like you said too, you want to make sure
everyone has the opportunity to play and to be involved and to be included. But if you take that away out of safety, then you're robbing that person of being able to live the life that they deserve to live.
Well, what about the women that have trained? You know, if you're born a woman, you've been training since you were a child, and you get to the highest level of women's sports, and then a man who has bigger bone density than you. Could be more athletic just because men are stronger. Doesn't feel like he's in the right body. And then Chandler Parsons
there
here.
he is, coming in hot, coach.
Holy shit!
I scared the fuck out of me.
Sorry, Chad.
Finish that thought. You want to wrap it up?
Yeah. So I guess when. Okay, we're done.
You know,
Anyway, that concludes another episode of Almost Canceled. Thank you again, Joe, for spending your Sunday with us.
For sure, thank you.
We love
play
you,
some
Joe.
golf soon, for sure.
Yes,
absolutely.
We getting them out there.
Absolutely.
Pro Bowler, Pittsburgh Steelers in the house. Mr. Joe Haden. This is Almost Canceled. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.